You know it's super fly when Day Bar is opened. Hip-hop review, news, plus breaking new artists, pop culture, current events with an urban view of it. This is all things hip-hop, delivered raw, unpolitically correct, a fan's perspective, putting all artists in check. Dope content, current hot by remarkable men. Our thoughts, clearly. Welcome to Audio Theory.
Yo, welcome back to the Audio Theory podcast. What's good? How you been?
What's good, baby? I'm excited. So today is Wednesday the 7th of October. The vice president debate is like an hour away. So let's get into this shit. Episode 48. Don't be afraid. And honestly, like that's gonna apply for a lot of things that we discussed today. But my man Superfly, not afraid. Man is free. Quit his job during a pandemic. Said, "Yo, fuck this." So, bro, let's get into that. Talk to me.
Yeah. So I resigned from my job on
Friday.
This past Friday. And when I say quit, I gave him my 2 weeks notice. I didn't want to burn bridges or there's like no bad blood really, especially with my boss because she's great. The team I work with is great. But I've been thinking about this for a minute. Very casually towards the end of last year when we merged with another company.
Thinking about this shit's like pre-pandemic.
Yeah. But I would say a couple months into the pandemic, like right when the riots and protests and shit started happening, like June, that's when things got crazy. And I was just, pushed and shoved across different accounts and just working with different people and that I was accustomed to working with and trying to like manage different personalities and all kinds of crazy workload that I felt like wasn't really warranted. And then it also didn't help that we like lost benefits, salary cuts, just all kinds of shit all at once. And it kind of weighed down on me, but I think we talked about it. Like, we're obviously grateful to still have jobs compared to a lot of other people. So I was never eager to leave. I was still looking because obviously, if I were to get an interview elsewhere, I would still be hired and just make that transition as opposed to now where I'm straight up will technically be unemployed on paper. But as far as this situation goes, and long story short, I ended up on a terrible account, like hands down one of the worst I've ever worked on my entire career. A couple months back, I lost my mind on a Monday and I reached out to HR and was like, yo, can you guys like voluntarily furlough me? Like, is that still an option? I was like, fuck, I'd rather just get paid even less and have a job and clear my mind for like 3 months as opposed to deal with this shit. I just lost it. And then she got on a call with me. She's like, you're one of, our best, or like, you're a great employee and we obviously want to keep you, and like here's some tips on how to manage the mental stress you're dealing with and stuff. And one of them was like actual official leave of absence where you'd have to go through a doctor, get it approved by your manager and shit. And in my mind, I'm like, I feel like they're not going to approve this unless I straight up am like, yo, I tried to kill myself like last week because of this report or some shit. So I ended up not going that route. She's like, yo, take a vacation. So that's why I ended up in Utah. So I'm like, fuck it, I need time off. I don't care what anybody says. As soon as I returned back to square one, it's like I never even went anywhere, like just 100 miles an hour immediately. So gave it some more time and really nothing changed. Like we've addressed the issues with this account to like the highest of the highest ups. Like there's nobody like except for maybe the fucking CEO at this point we could have complained to. And he can't really do shit about it. This particular client, I won't name names, but they bring in a good chunk of revenue. So we can't even be like, hey, these hours don't match up to revenue. Like they need this money. So we got to still kiss their ass. And I addressed it with my boss. We tried to make changes. The team itself has changed a lot. Someone I worked with directly was helping manage everything a week before I resigned. So that really like kickstarted this shit. And I thought to myself, I freelance on the side. It's not a full-time salary, but it's enough to kind of get me through however long I choose to not have like a 9 to 5. And nor do I plan on doing this shit forever. So I'm like, it's really not gonna be that bad of a thing, and I was just like, I need to, have clarity and be able to like not be desperate, because I was desperate as fuck when I was applying. I'm like, any of you motherfuckers, get me out of prison.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, I can take my time and like vet the opportunities. And I remember a dude I used to work with did the same thing. He's like, yeah, one day I was working at this place and realized I hated it. And he's like, fuck it, I'm not going to be here. And then a month later, he got hired somewhere else. So
right.
All that combined, I mean, I ran it by you, my girl, several people. And they're like, yo, you have freelance on the side. And even if not, like, this isn't going to be a permanent thing. So if you try to make the best of it and it didn't work, then just say goodbye. And I happily did it on Friday. My boss was obviously sad, but everyone understood. They know about these issues, and the turnover kind of sucks right now. So I just joined that statistic. But finally, I'm free. I'm looking forward to it.
So mentally, like, how have you been since Friday? Like, do you feel like a massive weight off your shoulder?
Yeah, I feel like I just cut like a cancerous moment out of my life.
Nice.
Mentally, I'm exhausted because I still have some work to finish up, but it's easy to do because I can manage it because I'm like, oh, I know I don't have to do this forever. Whereas before it's like, yo, I don't know when things are gonna change. Whereas now I'm like, shit, I'm going ham next Friday. Even if it's by myself, I'm gonna be turning up in my room with no work computer. So.
Next Friday, all right. So when you guys start seeing that our production quality goes up by 100%, you know exactly what happens there.
I can have like 7 episodes a day and shit.
Yeah, we're gonna be just flooding the internet with fucking content, bro. Bro, I'm happy for you, man. It takes a lot of balls. I was telling you that offline to do this shit during this time, but I think at the end of the day, bro, like, you're too smart. And I think the cool thing about you, bro, is that you know your worth. So, like, a lot of people really wouldn't quit their job right now because they're terrified, like, bro, I'm not gonna get a job anywhere else. Like, you should be proud of yourself, bro, for knowing your worth and be like, bro, my sanity after 9 to 5 is way more important than fucking deal with this shit. So, kudos to you, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So funny enough today, I thought I was gonna get fired today. So, bro, every day we have an end of day meeting, like all the fucking like managers of in my division. And bro, like, it was like something popped up and we're all like, I was reading an email out loud, and like as I was reading it, someone was kind of like talking to me about the email. So I was like reading out loud, like what I said came across like yo, like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But like I'm thinking like I'm just like, no one hears me. So it's like my director like called me out on it, right? Like bro, like, come on, you've been on this team for how long now?
Uh-huh.
And bro, I legit I'm like, dude, could you shut the fuck up? Like, just like,
oh shit, damn,
bro. And when I saw the words coming out of my mouth, I was like, oh wow. Luckily, like, everyone started like laughing and like the conversation moved on, not awkwardly. But dude, we're talking via Zoom, and then he's hitting me up on like Teams chat, like, bro, what the fuck wrong? Like, what's up with you? Are you good? And I'm like, bro, I was joking. Like, yo, he's like, bro, you definitely were not joking.
Yeah.
Then we caught up later. He's like, bro, like, it's all good. Like, if I didn't fucking give you a jab, you wouldn't have jabbed me back. But like, yo, come on, we can't do that in front of people. But all right, bro, I appreciate it.
At least you didn't top it off with a shut the fuck up, nigga. Cause
that would have been rap.
Yeah,
that would have been a rap. I was like, bro, can you shut the fuck up? Like, I'm reading this fucking.
I don't know how to, like, because I've been in some situations where I really felt like I was going to say some shit I super regret. And I don't know. I guess I'm not, like, good at belittling somebody professionally. Not even belittling, but, like, aggressively defending myself without saying some shit that they're going to take the wrong way.
Yeah, no, dude, I've been in that situation before as well. And I've caught myself. And this one, like, it kind of just slipped. But then I also, like, knew the room. I knew I wasn't gonna get in trouble, but like there could have been a reprimand. And then like in hindsight, if he really wanted to like write me up and like, you know, my subordinate, blah blah blah, heck, he had every right to do it, and he had witnesses. But I'm glad it was just like, yo, my bad, I started it, and you really ended it. But he's like, so it was good, man. But yeah, it's funny how like the dynamics at work can change like that, really. So
nice.
But yeah, man, kudos to you. Proud of you, man. So let's get into the episode. Episode 48, Don't Be Afraid. So dude, that really came to like mind with that title, obviously, because allegedly, President number 45, Donald Trump, got COVID and then was cured of it a day later. and told the American public he feels 20 years younger. Don't let this ruin your life. Don't be afraid. Blah, 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 blah. So your thoughts on the recklessness of your president?
I think it's definitely reckless. I don't think it's going to have too much of an impact just because the people who hate him already are just going to hate him the same. And then the people who supported him already believe COVID didn't even exist. So I don't know how much it's going to change anything. I think over time, my thought process on COVID has changed just because I still have yet to like have any personal experiences related to it, like someone I know getting it, someone I know being affected by it. So part of me just in the back of my mind is like, is this really as that serious? But I think it's dangerous. I'm just a regular ass dude. I think it's dangerous for someone who's running the country to be making these claims with that much confidence too. Like he basically that statement to me almost implies that you could fucking just go out without a mask and, you know, shake hands with everybody and shit. Like, I know he didn't say that specifically, but
yeah,
just how he like nonchalantly blew it off, like, yo, I got it and I'm alive, like, don't trip, kind of thing.
He's just kind of weird. 20 years younger, like, yeah. Bro. But what's funny? Did you see the moment where he went back to the White House and like took the mask off and like couldn't breathe? He was like, I was like, bro, like,
I didn't see the barely breathe part, but I saw the photo of him pulling it off.
Bro, like the full video, like there's like literally the second he takes it off, he's like. It's like, I feel like you shouldn't be outside right now.
He's probably gonna blame it on the fact that, you know how some people are like, oh, masks are too annoying to wear because I can't breathe on them. Yeah, he's gonna say some shit like it's too tight or something.
Bro, I think it's reckless, man, and I think there will be an impact only because like I feel like a week removed from the last debate, I think you're seeing a lot of people in the middle are kind of disgusted by him.
Yeah, yeah, I mean? Like, I definitely see that too.
If you hate Trump, you're not gonna vote for him. But there's a lot of people who hated Trump but didn't respect Biden. I feel like that middle is moving more left because they're just like, bro, this is disgusting. Like, what do you mean? Like, what if like one of those people in the middle, like what, a million people undecided, whatever it is in America? Dude, what if they lost someone? Like their family member is one of those 215,000 people who died of COVID-related deaths. Like, like that just seems very reckless, bro. And it's like, why like right before the election are you gonna come back with that narrative, bro? Like clearly this shit had an impact. Now how big it is, I don't know, because I'll give you the story. For example, for me personally, like I did lose a cousin. Like my cousin's sister lost her life to it, but she had her own complications prior. But dude, like I went to one of my best friend's house yesterday to watch the Heat game. And dude, his mom got it, he got it, his sister got it, and his dad, who's currently battling cancer, got it.
Shit.
And everyone's fine, everyone's alive. So they're like, it's like, all right, bro, like everyone got it, but everyone's fine. Like again, they had bad symptoms. Like, dude, he got bronchitis. Like you were fucking terrified because you're like, bro, like what's gonna happen? Especially like to someone who has like no immune fucking, efficiency to fucking fight anything. But it's like. It's still fucking, this really impacted our lives, bro. Like, you know, the dad couldn't go to work for a while. The you know, shit, like, it impacts people's lives in a great way. So just for what they say, the leader of the free world to be that, you know, deal, don't worry about it. Like, go outside, be free. It's like, bro, like, chill, man. And, like, I think the number was the amount of people who died from COVID this year is the same number as the last 5 years of people who died from the flu. So I feel like people are getting too reckless with like, oh, it's just like the flu. No, it's not. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I think all that's wild too is people are kind of becoming their own doctors and doing their own diagnosis of like how severe this is and stuff. And I just don't get how they can be so comfortable in saying that. I've actually seen some people like since the start of quarantine drastically switch over to the like COVID's fake side, when in the beginning like they straight up like didn't even want me to like see them in person because they were so afraid.
I don't even elbow bump me. Like,
yeah,
it's like
yeah, which is wild to see. And I myself definitely fall in that like middle undecided crowd, and that undecided in the sense that like I just admit they both don't really inspire me. Not that, you know, I would necessarily vote for Trump or Biden. I never felt confident in Trump. If anything, I only felt like the media and some people were far too biased when it came to him on certain things. But
yeah, like how terrible he really is or whatever.
Like there was some shit I know the media like did exaggerate or get wrong. But yeah, I think to your point, this past debate, I was like, ugh, like, yeah, the people in the middle who were kind of defending him like these past few months, that shit definitely is gonna help them.
So then going back to that debate, then again, like the fallout of that was, I don't think people thought Biden won, but definitely Trump came off bad. Do you think he actually ever got COVID, or was this an attempt? Again, this is just conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
But do you think he actually got, because it just felt very convenient, let me distract the world from me telling fucking, white supremacists to, stand by and be ready or whatever. So
yeah, I would say he actually did, but if he didn't, the only reason I could see him doing this would be to kind of prove his point that COVID.
Yeah, dude, he's a 75-year-old overweight male. Like,
that's
bro,
the only thing. I'm like, yo, like you fit the description of someone who should have died just fucking inhaling that for a second. So that's kind of the thing that is odd to me is like I think there was a rapper who was like overweight and he was 26 or some shit and died from COVID.
Yeah, dude, fuck, the dude from New York is not Freddie Gibbs, bro. I didn't talk about, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about,
yeah.
So yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So like this guy is fucking massively overweight, old as fuck. Like again, you know he had the best doctors though. That's the difference between him and the rest of the world, right? Because that's the other side of it, bro. You can't be so reckless about like, oh, it's not a big deal, bro. No one has the access to facilities the way you fucking do.
Yeah. Oh, it was Fred the Godson, by the way.
Fred the Godson, that's what it was. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of hip hop, real quick before we get off this topic, you don't have Tidal, right?
No.
Dude, because apparently, I know I don't, but Jay Electronica dropped an album on Friday or something, but I think it's only on Tidal first.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, I still won't get the shit to listen to it.
I don't get the shit at all. Cause, like,
it's probably online at this point in like the dark web.
But if Apple's trash, Tidal is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
But, dude, I heard it's, but I mean, because I know you're a big Jay Electronica fan, I heard the album itself is terrible, bro. So again, I don't want to completely shit on it because I haven't heard it, but my boys who have Tidal have told me, bro, this is horrendous.
Yeah, thinking back, there's only a few electronica songs I liked, but I think I was more enamored by his random mysterious career. Like this fool came out of nowhere and then like was compared to Jay-Z and shit and then would disappear for like 7 years and then come back and do the same thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if this new one's trash. But that's kind of unfortunate because damn, we hyped it, not we, but like the hip hop community hyped him up.
There was definitely an aura, like, this, where's your album? You've been out for 10 years. Where's your album? And it's like, all right, here's 2. It's like, we didn't need this. So, again, hopefully it comes on normal streaming platforms. But yeah, just a sidebar on that one. Yeah, dude. So going back to presidential stuff, you kind of hinted at. I didn't see it yet. But you said Kanye made some ballots in some states.
Yeah, I've been seeing some photos circulating around. Apparently in California and North Carolina or some shit. He's listed as president and with the vice president, obviously, and then he's also listed as vice president under some dude. I believe he has like a Latino last name.
Oh, really?
Which is wild. And apparently the dude he's allegedly or officially gonna be running with didn't even like realize Kanye was put on the ballot like as his VP, but he's like, fuck it, if it helps me win, then
if it helps me get that 0.3% vote.
Well, which is really weird. I obviously don't think Kanye's gonna win, but I feel like we're in a simulation. Like everything's just way too random right now.
Dude, way too random. But do you think, like, what does that do for Kanye's legacy? The fact that he's on the ballot in 2020. Like, what does that do for him? Like, I'm asking you, how do you think he feels about that? The context of it, like in the mass, whatever is the world.
I think it really depends on like if he gains any traction of any sort that puts him in a tier where like people are taking him seriously. But at this point, I feel like it still falls into the category of all the other crazy shit that he's been doing that people are just write off and not. I don't think they're going to consider this as like an achievement of any sort, really. Kind of just like, oh, this dude leveraged his influence to do some wild shit sort of thing.
Right. Which, again, isn't that big of a deal when the president of the United States leveraged his celebrity to fucking do the same thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the guy before you did the same thing. So it's like, like, good for you. I think it's cool for, like, the hip-hop world. Like, there's no way he doesn't have a couple lines, like, talking about this on his next album. Like, I don't care if it's a full Christian album. There has to be, like, oh, and I made the ballot in 2020, and something like that has to happen, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, good for Kanye. Again, in the big scheme of things, I don't think it means anything. Obviously, it sucks if this shit does come down to a couple votes, and you know, we don't have a fucking, you know, we're losing it because Kanye wanted to be Kanye. Yeah. Your thoughts on the idea this dude actually doesn't give up his presidency if he loses?
So I've always heard this from people, and I'm like, how? Like, what is he gonna do if he doesn't want to give it up? Like, pull out a machete or some shit?
There's actually like a really long way, like drawn out way that he can make this happen. So apparently, if it's close enough, he can rule that because he keeps fucking talking about the voting ballots, like the mail-in votes and shit. He can get this like appealed, and it could make it all the way back to the Senate. And I think because the majority of the Senate is Republican, there's a good chance they would vote in his favor. I think the numbers have to be like, dude, like so close. Yeah. So that's why I think people are voting, like, are pushing to, yo, vote fucking hard. So either he wins and he wins big, or he loses and he fucking loses big. Yeah. But like, yo, if this shit's like within like 5% and he's on the losing side, bro, I'm thoroughly terrified that he may just be like, nah, I ain't leaving.
And how long would that prolong things? Do you know?
I think we'll go into like almost, dude, I don't think we will have a president, bro, until almost the end of the year.
What the? Oh, damn. There's definitely people dying in riots if that shit happens.
Yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm afraid of. Again, I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm putting it out to the universe. I hope it doesn't happen. I pray it doesn't happen. But, bro, there's a long, fucked up way that he could potentially lose the election and be out and still be in office come November 5th.
I think especially people who hate Trump, would much rather just accepting a loss if it came to that, rather than being like, damn, we gotta wait to get this shit out. Like, that would drive everybody insane, right, like, dude, on all sides.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, like, that's why I think, like, in the debate, he was asked that direct question. He's like, we'll see. I was like,
yeah. Yeah, and that's why I guess maybe I was naive initially. I thought like that wasn't a big deal because I thought they would just drag his ass out, if anything. But it sounds like that's.
I hope so. I hope like the fucking Senate stands up, or, you know, like, there's one thing to be, you know, fully Republican, but it's also to be like, bro, like, this is going against the Constitution, democracy, bro. Like, the whole point of a voting system is like, all right, whoever fucking wins the votes, that's end of conversation. Like, if you win by 1 or you win by fucking 10%, like, it is what it is. So yeah, that's a scary thing. All right, any other political things you want to bring up?
Not really. Excited for this debate in next week's episode.
Oh yeah, so what about the thoughts on this? Like, what do you think is going to happen tonight?
To be honest, I mean, Kamala's, in my opinion, a far better speaker than Biden. So, and she's obviously younger too. So.
Oh, then Biden.
Yeah, and Pence. Sure. I mean, shit. I don't even recall like Pence saying a word. He's just like this guy in the back who kind of looks like a Star Wars villain or something.
Yo, like a villain though, bro. And the funny thing is, like, people say that Trump really isn't that bad of a guy. He just knows who his voters want to vote for. Dude, there's stories that Pence legit is like a terrible human being.
Yeah, so, that's like, what I've heard too.
Yeah, I would love to just see how that, like, does she go for that? I was like, bro, you're terrible. Like, your whole fucking thing is just terrible. Yeah. So
which is I really hope. Scary.
Yeah, which is even scary, bro, because if Trump would have died of COVID, God forbid, like, damn, if you would have had this guy for president for 4 more years, holy shit.
Right. And Trump's like that dude who, like, he's an asshole, but you see it and you don't have to speculate on, like, what he's thinking. Pence is like that dude who, like, fucking slash your tires and then, you know, ask you for a ride the next day or some shit.
Yep, 100%.
And this is all based on what I've heard. I have no proof of this, but yeah, I think Kamala's gonna do well. But if Pence pulls out, you know, some of the same shit that Tulsi Gabbard and stuff used against. I think that could continue to hurt her. I think a lot of people in the black community, at least from what I've seen online, don't like Kamala at all. So
really,
because
I know that.
Apparently, she
because
like a lot
some of her like
marijuana
laws
offenses and all that the truancy laws to like put parents of delinquent students in jail and shit like that, locking up people for marijuana offenses, and then like joking about smoking weed on the Breakfast Club. And I just think she's phony, essentially. And it's always tricky because on one hand you do want diversity, but then I think a lot of people feel like she's using that as she's capitalizing on it and doesn't truly have the people's best interest. It's just like, oh, I'm black or a person of color, like throw me in here because I'm gonna change things, when a lot of them feel like that's not enough.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point, bro. Yeah, I don't. The same like Barack, bro. I feel like I know Barack was so well spoken. There's so many things to like about Barack, but it's also very dismissive of the colored community to just be like, oh, that person's black, you have to like them. It's like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I got plenty of Dominicans I don't fuck with. Like, I'm like, why do I have to fuck with like this person? But bro, I saw this post and I wanted to just read it. So it was, good luck to Pence. Debating black women is not something you can begin doing late in life. That's a technique you have to start learning from childhood. He's so screwed.
That's hilarious, and that's true.
Yo, accurate as fuck, bro.
Even if you do it your whole life, you still never ever. You
always lose. Like you always lose. So like,
it's not a skill because you can't be skilled in that. It's impossible.
Facts. So again, I'm definitely rooting for Kamala because again, Pence just terrifies me. So like the idea of that winning really just cannot happen for me. But I'll be intrigued, bro, because I think he is usually quiet, you know what I mean? But I think because Trump did so poorly, he's gonna have to just come strong. Because otherwise, bro, I'm not saying it's a wrap because we never know, but damn, bro, like it's gonna look bad that within 7 days you had the Republican Party just look old and bitter at the Democratic Party. So
for sure. I'm excited because I legit can't recall what the fuck Pence sounds like or how he.
Bro, I haven't heard him speak since I think when he went to UCLA Medical Center.
Oh yeah,
he was the only guy without a mask. And it's like, bro, what? Like, look around the fucking room. Like, read the room, bro. Like, that's like.
Right. Well, he's probably one of those selfish people. Like, well, they all got it, so I'm not gonna get. COVID.
Dude, or he's like, bro, like this isn't real. I know it's not real. I know. Trust me. All right, fam. Cool. So let's make a quick transition then to what I think was a dope musical Friday with a bunch of great releases. But to me, again, my heat of the week is going to be solely this album. But dude, 21 Savage, Savage Mode 2, Metro Boomin, 21 Savage, and Morgan Freeman. Holy shit. Did you finally get a chance to just take it all in?
Yeah. And the night it came out, forget what I was doing, but it was the night before I resigned. So I was just like in a pretty good mood. I'm like, this is it. It couldn't have come at a better time. And I'm not gonna lie, that album had me feeling like I was in Savage mode. I was just like, fuck everybody right now. The intro and everything, it felt like I was in a movie, like a cinematic experience on a Savage roller coaster ride, and like,
dude, yes,
just seeing all this shit play out. Like for the first time, I felt like I could really visualize everything, and I think Morgan Freeman definitely helped with that too.
Bro, think about how the fuck does that even happen, bro? Like that is amazing. Yeah. That just shows like I think when we discuss our top 5, top 10 rappers, like I don't think we ever bring up 21 Savage, but
no.
If you kind of think about it though, every time he drops something, we're always, at least since really his last 4 products, we're all like, holy shit, this is really good.
Yeah.
So this one though was, bro, really good. Really good.
I think it's because he minds his own business. Maybe that's why he's never top of mind.
Yeah, minds his own business. Really only talks stuff when when people aren't giving. I feel like I've heard him a couple of times when people aren't giving Drake the credit he deserves for looking out for younger rappers. I've heard him chime in on that. But yeah, for the most part, he's never in drama. I mean, obviously he got almost fucking deported, or that was fucking terrible. But like like just like hip hop gossip bullshit. Like he broke up with Amber Rose, and like that was just like it's over. Like there was no like nasty pettiness bullshit. Like it was just over. Yeah. So yeah, dude, there must be something like some charisma about that in itself. But bro, quality of the album, bro. Like, dude, the fact that it wasn't just like one interlude where he had Morgan Freeman. Like again, it felt like that Kid Cudi, like with Common on like those different like moments. Like bro, like every time Morgan Freeman came in, it felt like, all right, change scene. Let me tell you what's about to happen next.
Yeah.
And bro, that Snitches and Rats, bro.
Yeah, that shit was dope. And it was very cool to hear that like definition. I think I've kind of heard it, but not put so coherently. And having Morgan Freeman speak about it just felt like you were in a almost like a college course or something.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like hip hop culture 101 or something like that. Yeah, dude. So I it's weird. Like I'm almost like lost for words to fucking explain how good the album is. But bro, like production wise, like dude, what's crazy to me though is like dude, I think Metro Boomin just turned 27. So it's like, bro, like how are these people so fucking young doing this shit, bro? Like wow, like it's phenomenal, bro. So kudos to both of them. I mean, I guess all three of them, because I feel like Morgan Freeman is a part of this album. Like he's like the third musketeer. But dude, yeah, 21 Savage, bro. Like I don't want to go. I think probably maybe next episode or a couple episodes we'll go through like all the top albums of the year thus far, because the year's coming to an end, which is crazy. But bro, like off the top of my head, this has to be top 5.
Oh, hands down, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this has to be top 5. Like bro, I ran to that shit and I was like, bro, run that shit back, please, bro.
For sure. And the reason why I specifically knew it was one of the top albums is, I forget if I mentioned this to you, but I have like musical ADHD or ADD, where like I can't sit there for an hour and listen to one album. I tend to skim through it and like pick the songs that I like right then and there, and then I'll go back to the other ones. But this one, I was like, just let me play like the first couple tracks. Running obviously hits hard, and I was like, oh shit, I think I'm gonna love this, but I'll give it some time and see like when I'm gonna turn this shit off, because I was certain I was gonna turn it off, and like literally let every song play and stayed up till 4 a.m, partly because of that. And I was just like, damn, that shit is super hard.
Dude, super hard, bro. And again, I don't want to say it's out of nowhere, but dude, it's kind of out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like it was just like you're getting an album in a week. Get ready. It's like what? And then you're like, all right, like the cover was cool because like the Master P, No Limit, like that homage he was paying, which is dope. But I'm like, I mean, like, dude, because my thing is like, dude, because I think about the Big Sean Metro Boomin mixtape they put out, right? And it's like, bro, like those are massive names, but it's like, bro, like sometimes these guys just do albums together just to do albums. So I'm like, bro, it's gonna probably be like a throwaway album, like whatever, a couple bangers, because they can never like not have bangers. Yeah, bro, this shit is like, dude, there's like, you can't even hit shuffle on the album because you'll the movie. Like you have to play this shit from front to back, or you just lost the entire fucking flow of everything. Yeah,
that's a great point. And that was once I got to like, I think the first intro or Snitches intro, I was like, I have to listen to this in order, and I can't stop it because like I need to remember how this movie started and how it's gonna play out.
Dude, 100%, because like I feel like your analogy of like on a roller coaster, like, but like a movie roller coaster, because like, dude, like the way Mr. Right Now ends with that girl like talking about how she wants to get her money is exactly how Rich Nigga starts. So it's like, bro, you can't shuffle because you'll miss the whole fucking message right there. So like, bro. But what's cool though, apparently, I think I posted today, I think 21 Savage wrote everything for Morgan Freeman. Like, it wasn't like Morgan Freeman just came up with that based off like, it was all written by 21 Savage. So that's even more impressive.
That's wild, because, I mean, obviously, based on his raps, I would never imagine him to be that, like, eloquent with his words or whatever. I'm like, I was like, Morgan Freeman definitely wrote this, but how would he know the rules to like, snitching and shit? Did he, like, do research with the team and then write it, or what? Yeah. But it sounds like,
But the dope part, like with that Snitches and Rat thing, he's like, a snitch is this, but a rat is a fucking rat. I was like, yo.
He said a snitch is a human, right?
Yeah, snitch is a human just looking to, make some money, but a rat is a fucking rat. I was like, bro, this is it. But the funny thing is now, like, yo, whenever you hear rat, all you think about Tekashi. Like, he didn't have to mention Tekashi's name, but all you think about is Tekashi, which is, like, again, funny for us, but I guess unfortunate for him.
Yeah. I mean, not to get into the definition of it, but does that mean a snitch can't be a rat? Or is it like, you know, a rectangle in a square type situation where a rat is a snitch, but a snitch is not a rat?
Dude, I don't know, bro, because, I mean, from that definition, a snitch is just can't be involved in the situation, right? So I guess a snitch could be a rat, but it depends.
Just like an informant of some sort?
Yeah, like unless, like, again, but he would be a rat of a different situation, like a snitch.
Yeah.
If, like, I saw a car getting stolen by some guy who I don't know, I don't care about, and I just call the cops, that's a snitch, but, like, I'm not a rat because, like, I didn't fucking just rat out my brother or some shit, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, that dude, what a well done album, and we'll fucking get into the heat of the week in a little bit. Fucking Travis Scott went #1, so what the fuck do I know about fucking, you know, people getting tired of that shit? So, like, if you guys listen to episode 47, Long Tory Short, I was thinking, man, this is very repetitive. It seems like the same constant, you know, idea of like a really hard beat, blah, 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 blah. But apparently everyone fucking loved this song. I'm not going to lie. On my workout, I heard it and was like, all right, this hits a little bit different. But your thoughts on Travis? Dude, this is his third #1 song of the year.
That's fucking wild. I mean, I still stand by our points. I think the song was on the generic side. It's on my playlist, but it doesn't
I feel like generic. The clarification we should probably add generic for him. Like
generic.
It has the exact, you know, normal Travis Scott formula behind it.
And I knew it was gonna chart. I just didn't know if it was. I didn't think it was gonna go #1 this quickly either.
#1. Oh yeah.
I haven't heard it anywhere other than like when I came across it on Spotify. I haven't really seen people talking about it and shit, but apparently it went #1. I don't know if he pulled any tricks to get it there other than just being him.
I was gonna ask you, like, dude, because I've been watching. I don't know if you've been watching the NBA Finals with your family, but dude, I've been watching the Finals obviously nonstop, and that's the song they use for like every commercial break. So I'm like, does this count? Like, you know what I mean? Like, does this fucking count for your numbers, bro? Because like, damn, like you're getting like 1 million fucking streams like right now. So
yeah, potentially, but if let's just say that was the case. He's got a great team behind him, or he himself is a genius, and like it's crazy to see and dope to see how he's like just finessing everything left and right. McDonald's, the charts, like he's doing something right, and I don't think it's gonna let down anytime soon.
Dude, I don't think so either, bro. I think it's cool to have Young Thug on the track. You know, Young Thug gets a #1 record. MIA's fucking been gone for what? 10 years, literally been MIA, and comes back with a #1 record. So, I mean, it's a good story, bro. And I think that's also Chase B, his fucking DJ's first ever charted song as well. Like, dude, it's a good story behind it, bro. Like, I think everyone wants to see Travis Scott win. I mean, that's just like what's there not to like? Like, he doesn't fucking beef with anyone. He's just about making his money and making good music and having a good time.
For sure.
Yeah, dude. Again, 3 #1s in 1 fucking year, and there's still 2 months left. Like, that is. Dude, salute to him, because dude, when we do our year in review about music, at least I don't know if either of us were saying that Travis Scott would be the guy, and dude, to have 3 #1s in fucking 1 year is pretty fucking wild.
Yeah, no, absolutely,
100%. Anything else you want to touch upon, fucking music wise? I mean, I think we just found out today Coachella is not going to be happening next summer now. It may be pushed back to the fall of 2021. So a year from now, but more than likely pushed to the summer, right, of 2022?
Yeah, I think so. But the one you sent me was the fall of next year, right?
Right, so the one that I sent you was that it's definitely not happening in the summer of 2021.
Yeah.
Like, that's not happening. Or I guess we went in spring, right? It's May. So it's not happening then. So they're pushing it to the fall of 2021.
Correct.
Yeah. But more than likely, like, it's probably not going to happen then because it's flu season, blah, blah, blah. So, dude, that's wild that you and I have legit been to the last Coachella in maybe 2 years to the next one.
I'm glad I fucking did that, and we had a blast. I mean, I couldn't have asked for, like, a better last concert, but I think that also makes it somewhat depressing because it's
right,
like,
because that was your
that
last
was so
like,
much
that was,
fucking fun.
That was that's fucked up. Like when you're like you only have like one ex, but your ex is like Beyonce. It's like, bro.
That's a great analogy.
Like, yeah, like your ex is Beyonce, bro. Like you really fucked up. Like.
But I know for a fact the next Coachella, getting a ticket to that shit is gonna be like $100,000 or some shit.
Oh, bro, we gotta do it the moment that, like, yo, if we're thinking about buying on the third-party market, we are fucked. Like, we gotta go online, wait an hour, but buy that shit directly from Coachella because we are fucked.
Sure.
But we have to do it, bro. It's like a no-brainer. Like, we have to do it because. Yeah, it's gonna do. If they have the same lineup, dude, it's gonna be ridiculous. Big Sean, Travis, like again, you don't know what the artist's gonna be a year from now because shit changes. But on paper, like the shit should be amazing.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Anything else you wanted to touch upon besides that? Oh, dude,
real quick, the DDLG.
Yes,
yeah.
Bro. Show those pictures wherever. Yeah. And disclaimer: we know they're young, so like it's not.
So basically, I was on Instagram and I came across this meme and it played this somewhat obnoxious like hip hop teeny bopper tune with a voice that sounded like a cartoon character, and I heard it multiple times.
I'm like, where the fuck? Little pump, right? Almost.
Yeah.
Like that.
And I was like, just out of curiosity, I'm like, what does this person look like? Because the voice sounded like a cartoon character. I'm like, it got to the point where I'm wondering if these record labels are just creating like artificial artists and just fucking spitting out last words that real rappers say. And then turns out she blew up off TikTok, well, not doing her own TikToks, I don't think, but TikTokers using her music. Okay. And then I did a search, and of course, one of the videos that came up was called DDLG, which come to find out stands for Dad Little Girl or some shit like that. Basically, I'm not going to say the word because I don't want the video to like get fucked up in the rankings, but it pertains to adult video where the dad, I guess, is kind of dominant with a girl that appears to be fucking underage. And this video is some weird fetish, and this video was a play on that, hence why they're all dressed up all wild and childish. And the lyrics are what caught me off guard, talking about being a cum slut and all kinds of shit, but dressed up like she's 12.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, she's 19, but when I watched the video, I'm like, there's no way in fucking hell.
Dude, she looks underage. Every girl in that video looks underage. Like, I know that's what they're going for, obviously, but bro, it's disturbing. Yeah. I knew it was gonna be bad when like I logged into like obviously like YouTube and stuff, and it's like, are you sure you want to watch this? You know what I mean? Like it was like that massive disclaimer. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
bro,
my shit said that. And it's not like, so I'm a huge proponent of people expressing themselves in any way they want. Like, so when it came to the WAP video, I'm like, fuck it, you know, they want to say they're sluts or whatever and talk about sex. That's cool with me. Like, everyone likes sex, even if they don't want to admit it. But when it came to this video, I'm like, this shit is promoting something a little bit different. Like, it's almost, I mean, it's not almost, it is sickening. Just not even the lyrics, just the way it's portrayed, because they do look underage, and I just don't think it's a good way to kind of promote getting on as an artist. Like, then 12-year-old girls might see this shit and think, oh, now they gotta fucking twerk and stuff at looking that young.
Dude, but it's not even twerk. It's like, let a fucking older man come all over you. Like, that shit was disturbing, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, bro, it was, like, to your point against WAP, like, this makes WAP look like a fucking Christian video compared to this, because this is, like, bad. Like,
and it got that, like, lullaby beat and stuff.
I couldn't even finish the whole video.
No, I did
4.5 minutes, and I was like 2 minutes in. I'm like, bro, I can't watch this. Like, this is.
No, as soon as it got to the cum slut part, I immediately logged out of it and then sent it to everyone. I'm like, yo, just listen to the first 10 seconds. Don't even watch the video. But yeah, I thought it was wild. I mean, apparently her other shit isn't quite as crazy, but it's still pretty vulgar. She is lesbian, from what I learned, or bi, one of them. So hopefully this was just kind of for a shock factor.
It's like a one-off, a prank, shock factor. But to your point, bro, there's like, Dude, there's like repercussions, and this is how you try to gain fame, bro. Like, dude, like legit. Like, I'm sure that you said like that one song got millions of views on TikTok. Like, bro, who's using TikToks, bro? It's fucking teeny boppers. Like, come on, like, that's the scary part of this shit. Like, when it's like, bro, like you gotta be careful what you put out there, because shit could go viral, and it's like, all right, but who's it going viral with? So. Yeah, man, because the context of that song was fucking out of control. Like, dude, legit, like, I was watching it because you sent it to me. I'm like, this is good content to fuck for the show, but I'm like, bro, I cannot finish this video.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna fucking play it in this clip, so you guys can look for it if you're curious. It's by, I believe her name's PP Cocaine, and the song is called DDLG. Do be warned, you might fucking throw up, but
yeah, and you have to be confirmed 18 years or older to watch it on YouTube.
Yep. But yeah, I just wanted to touch upon that because it was
100%,
hands down one of the most insane videos I've seen in a while.
Disturbing on every fucking level. Like, really, I can tell you, dude, really makes like the shit we said about WAP like fail in comparison. Like, that was the most innocent video I've ever seen in my life compared to this.
Oh hell yeah, that's wild.
All right, broski. So heat of the week time. I'm going obviously 21 Savage. What are you going with?
Same. In terms of the track. Still in love with the song "Running." I couldn't think of a better intro song.
Like, I already heard it prior, but I heard it while I was on a beach run on Tuesday, and bro, I legit went like, yo. I got so much faster for like 2 minutes, bro. Like, yo, this is it.
Yeah. So that's mine. I obviously love the whole album, but that one just puts me in like a mood where I feel like I could do anything.
Yeah, Running is fire, dude. But for me, the number one song on the album, and I think, dude, this has to, dude. I would be shocked if this song doesn't chart, because I think the numbers came in, and this is going to be a very well selling album come next week. But dude, that Mr. Right Now song with Drake, bro, like that, dude. The SZA line, like maybe that's what got people intrigued, like outside of it. But bro, you could remove Drake's verse, but obviously I love Drake. But like that song itself is fire, bro.
Yeah.
Production, the flow, like that's like almost like you can like visualize like you're in a car with that song, and then you pull up to the club and the song is still playing. You're just like, yo, that shit just hits on like every level, bro.
Yeah, they're a great duo too. Like Savage is that calm, soft-spoken, like menacing voice, and then Drake. I like that style of Drake too, because he's like the more like hood aggressive rapper when he teams up with him. So I think they make a good balance.
Yeah, dude. Again, such a well done album, but yeah, I think that song stands out. So we'll see if I'm right. But to me, there's no way that song is not a top 10 record, if not challenging Travis Scott for the #1 song in the country. But time will tell. Both songs will be added to both the Apple and Spotify playlists. Dude, what's funny, dude, I was just it came to me yesterday, so I was just going through our numbers, bro, like for like analytics purposes and stuff like that. Dude, I've noticed you once, at least on the podcast, we'll go over the YouTube numbers, but it's funny how like once a podcast hits like a 20 like views or 20 listens, bro, like it goes up pretty quickly from 20 to 30 to 30 to 40. Because we had like a random, like, it wasn't even like a Wednesday, it was like a Saturday. And like we had 100 listeners across all our like episodes. And I was just like,
shit.
And then I was scrolling through like other random dates where the number just skyrocketed. And it's like that, but it's not even like the new shit. It's like episode 23 and then they go through like 23 to 28, and it's just like ding, ding, ding. I was just like, all right, bro, like. So I guess like once we get to like episode 1000, we're gonna be fucking gazillionaires, because like everything's gonna go. That was just so random to me how like literally like on what is it, on September 29th we had like 75 listeners, and I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm not too sure how like Spotify and Apple like algorithm works. I wonder if there's like old topics we might have touched upon and they happen to stumble upon those episodes or what.
Maybe, yeah.
But I think similar things happen with some of our older videos. Actually, the very first video we released, the Rolling Loud versus Coachella one, I had a thumbnail of basically like these two chicks like in skimpy like festival outfits and like their ass, but it wasn't anything too crazy. And for whatever reason, fucking YouTube decided to hate on us and take the thumbnail down. So it's just
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I'm like, this shit is not like the fucking thumbnail to WAP is probably worse than what we had up.
Way worse. See, imagine the thumbnail of the fucking
DDBG. I know. I was thinking about it. I'm like, how can I make our thumbnail controversial enough for people to click? But there's no way. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna put.
Dude, they probably shut down the whole fucking page. But we'll figure it out, bro. You're a fucking genius, and you got mad time on your hands now. So
I could brainstorm for a week.
All right, my dude. Well, again, super proud of you, man. You're fucking not afraid. This is episode 48. Don't be afraid. Again, tune in to whatever episode you want. We're here every week. Enjoy the debate. Peace.
Peace.